Don't look at the box, I said, trying to smile through the rain. Just look at me. Anna stood there under the street lamp, her coat soaked, mascara bleeding slightly. Her eyes flicked down anyway. Ethan, is this really happening, right? Now I know it's not a 5-star restaurant, and yeah, it's raining, but this is real. This is all I got, Anna. All of me. She didn't say anything. Her lips trembled, but she didn't smile. It's not like she used to. I opened the box slowly, my hands shaking. Will you marry me? Silence. Her eyes didn't widen. Her hand didn't fly to her mouth. Nothing. Anna, I asked, voice soft, barely above the rain hitting the pavement. She exhaled, then whispered, I can't. My chest tightened. What do you mean you can't? I didn't think you'd actually propose tonight. Why not? I laughed, nervous. We've been together for 5 years. Thought you were still saving. I didn't think. It'd be now. Of course, I'm still saving. This ring cost me everything I had. I smiled, but it was worth it. She shook her head slowly. Ethan, you're amazing. You really are, but I've been talking to someone. Everything inside me paused. What? My voice cracked. She looked away. It just happened. I didn't mean to. I was confused. Who? She didn't answer. Who? Anna. She swallowed. Ryan, double quotes. Silence, the name echoed in my ears, bounced off the wet pavement, and slammed into my chest like a punch. You're joking, I said flatly. I'm not. My brother. She stepped back. It wasn't planned. He listened. He understood things. He understood things. I laughed bitterly. Like what? How to buy you better gifts? Or drive a nicer car? It's not about that, no. I held the ring up. Then what is it about? 'Cause I just stood in the rain and offered you the only damn thing I have left. You don't understand. I don't want to understand, I snapped. You've been with him behind my back? She winced. It wasn't like that. How long? 3 months. I stepped back, my breath catching. 3 months. You've been lying to me for a quarter of a year. I didn't know. How to tell you? You just did. She looked down. I didn't want to hurt you. You already did, I muttered. The box in my hand felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. I loved you, I whispered. I loved you too. No, Anna. You loved the version of me you thought would become Ryan. It's not fair. It's not. You left me for the guy who always made me feel small. And you didn't even have the decency to break it off before sleeping with him. She flinched. I never said you didn't have to. The streetlight above us flickered. She took a step toward me. Ethan, I never wanted to fall out. Of love, you got tired of waiting for me to catch up. Tears spilled from her eyes. I'm sorry. No, you're not. You're sorry you got caught in the rain. She opened her mouth to speak, but I turned around before she could. You'll regret this, I said over my shoulder. I already do. I didn't stop. I walked until her voice faded behind me, until the rain swallowed her words. My apartment. It was quiet when I got in. I dropped the ring box on the counter and just stood there. I didn't cry. Not yet. The fridge buzzed. A single light flickered in the hallway. Somewhere outside, tires splashed through puddles. I stared at the ring for a long time. Then I closed the box, threw it in the drawer, and promised myself something. Someday, she'll want this ring back, not because of what it's worth, but because of what she lost. And that day, she'll be standing outside my office with nothing but a resume. You moved out? Lucas blinked. Damn, man. That serious? I found her in my brother's shirt, I muttered, typing furiously. How much more serious do you want? He whistled. Ryan's shirt. Oof. Yeah, you tell him no. I blocked them both. Let him keep the mess. Lucas leaned back on my couch, kicked his feet up. Your mom's been calling. No, you ignoring her too. Yeah, he raised an eyebrow. Bit harsh. She's just gonna defend him, like always. Lucas didn't argue. He just grabbed a slice of cold pizza. So what now? You gonna wallow or build your empire? I looked at the laptop screen. Lines of code blurred in front of me. I'm working. That's your answer to everything. It's the only thing that doesn't lie to me. Lucas took a bite. You're not sleeping. I don't need sleep. You're not eating. I'll survive. You're not okay. I looked at him. Would you be? No, he said, mouth full. But I'd at least shower. Rolled my eyes. Look, man, I've been playing second to Ryan your whole life. Maybe this is your time to become someone without his shadow choking you. He always wins. Lucas pointed at my screen. Not this time. Mom called again that night. I stared at the phone, then answered, Ethan. Oh, thank God. You've been ignoring me. I'm fine. I heard about you and Anna. Not now. Now, she didn't mean to. She chose him. Pause. He didn't know you two were still serious, she said softly. Don't defend him. I'm not. I'm just saying, you always say that, I snapped. You never see how much he takes from me. That's not fair. No. He got the new bike. He got the college fund. He got the damn praise for things I did. It's not true, I laughed bitterly. It is. I love you both. You love the version of me that doesn't complain. She went quiet. I have to go, I said. Ethan, I'm done being second. I hung up. 2 weeks passed. I worked 10-hour shifts at the firm, then came home and coded until sunrise. No parties, no breaks, just caffeine and cold takeout. Lucas kept dropping by. You're a machine, he said one night, watching me fix another broken line. I have to be. For what? For myself? You starting something, maybe? He grinned. Finally, I'm tired of being pitied. No one pities you, bro. They will if I stay here, then don't. I turned to him. What if I fail? Then fail like a legend, not like Ryan's shadow. One night, Lucas handed me a notebook. What's this? Your startup name? Business ideas, potential contacts. I've been listening. I flipped through the pages. He did. All this? You're my best friend. Who else is going to build something epic with you? My throat tightened. You serious? Dead serious? I'm in. No matter how broke we get. I laughed. We're already broke. Then we've got nothing to lose. I sent in my resignation 2 weeks later. Boss called me crazy. Maybe I was, but I wasn't scared. Not anymore, Lucas. And I rented a tiny co-working space. I built the back end. He handled outreach. Every line of code felt like revenge. Every small win felt like healing. Every sleepless night felt like fire. Ryan could keep the money. I was building something different. I was building me. You're 5 minutes late, I said without looking up. Jade raised an eyebrow. You're lucky I showed up at all. The elevator broke again. I smirked. Tell the landlord to stop pocketing rent. Already did. He told me to buy him new socks. Finally glanced up from my screen. Remind me why I hired you again? Because you can't function without someone reminding you to eat, sleep, and sign contracts? She dropped a folder on my desk. I flipped it open. What's this? Final draft for Hale's investment terms. Already? I don't waste time. I leaned back reading the first page. Neither does Mr. Hale. If we mess this up. He pulls out. She crossed her arms. Then don't mess it up. 2 years ago, I was coding in a cramped apartment, half-starved and bitter. Now I had a company, a team, Jade who terrified everyone but kept the whole place running. But I still couldn't sleep at night. I still saw Anna in my mind sometimes. Not her face, just the way she said his name. Mr. Hale walked into the office like he owned it. He probably could. Ethan, he said, gripping my hand. You look better than the last time I saw you. Less dead in the eyes. Flattery won't get you a better deal. Didn't plan on flattering you, he said, sitting. I'm here because I see something in you. Hope it's not trauma, he chuckled. No, but I do see fire. Just make sure it doesn't burn your team. I nodded. You'll have the signed terms by noon. He looked at Jade. You're the real brains here, aren't you? She didn't blink, obviously. After he left, I dropped into my chair. You handled that well, Jade said. I was shaking inside. I couldn't tell. Good. I want to look like I belong here. You do? I looked at her. Do I? She stared back. You've built this from nothing. You belong more than anyone. I nodded, but I didn't feel it. Not completely. Later. That night, Lucas called. Dude, you did it. We're not funded yet. You're in a downtown office with an assistant who could probably run NASA. You did it. I smiled. I'm tired. Take a break. I don't know how. Still thinking about her? I didn't answer. Ethan, she hasn't crossed my mind in months, I lied. You didn't have to lie and make it sound so dramatic. I sighed. I'm fine, Lucas. No, you're successful. That's not the same thing. Jade knocked on my office door around midnight. You're still here? So are you. I live closer, you sleep less. She sat down to coffees. Drink. Your eyes are turning into dead pixels. I took a sip. Thanks, she hesitated. You ever think about dating again? I looked up. What? Just wondering? No. Why not? Because love makes you weak? That's not true. It made me weak. She was quiet for a moment. Maybe it made you strong enough to rebuild, maybe, I whispered. Or maybe it just made me harder. She didn't argue. She just sat across from me in silence. And for the first time in a while, I didn't feel alone. Stack of resumes for the analyst position, Jade said, dropping the folder onto my desk. Top 3 flagged, as always. I opened the folder, skimming the first page. Generic. The second, decent experience. Not a culture fit. Then the third. My heart stopped. Anna Myers. Her name stared back at me like it was waiting for a reaction. You okay? Jade asked. Swallowed. Where'd you find this one? She applied online. No referral. She didn't know this was my company. Jade tilted her head. Should she? I handed her the page, read the name. She scanned it, then froze. No way. Way. Is that the ex? The one who left me for my brother? Yeah. Wow. Jade blinked. She has guts. I stared at the resume. Same name, same eyes in the photo. Shorter hair now, different smile. Or maybe I was imagining that. You want me to toss it? Jade asked. No. Schedule an interview. She raised an eyebrow. You sure? Want to see her? This isn't for closure, is it? No. Then what? I don't know yet. 3 days later, Jade knocked once, then stepped in. She's here. I stood slowly where? Waiting room. I followed her out. Through the glass, I saw Anna. She wore a light gray blouse, navy skirt, and too much eye makeup. Her foot tapped against the floor like she was trying to fight the nerves. She looks different, Jade said beside me. She looks nervous. Should I sit in? No, just send her in. You sure? I want this private. Jade gave me a look, but nodded. Call if you need backup. I took a breath. Send her in. When Anna walked in, she stopped cold. Ethan, she whispered. I didn't move. Please have a seat. She blinked. You're the CEO, you applied. Didn't check who owned the place. I didn't know, I swear. Sit. She lowered herself into the chair across from me. Her hands clutched her bag like it was an anchor. I didn't expect this, she said softly. Neither did I. I'm sorry. We're not here to talk about the past. She nodded quickly. Right, of course. I opened the file. So, you're looking for a job? Yes. I've been out of work for a while. What happened at Keller Tech? Downsizing. No. Then I took time off. To follow my brother? She looked down. We're not together anymore. Didn't. Ask, I know. I closed the folder. Why here, Anna? I just needed a job. I didn't know it was your company. You sure about that? Yes, because it's literally my name in the domain. I wasn't looking. I applied to dozens of places. So this is random luck. Bad luck, maybe. I leaned back. Do you want me to believe this wasn't intentional? It wasn't. You didn't think you'd eventually run into me in this city? I never planned to, she whispered. I stared at her. You do realize what this looks like, right? She nodded. Desperate. Pathetic. I corrected. For my brother, I know. You didn't just break my heart. You blew it up. I know. And now, you walk in here like none of that happened? I didn't know, she said, her voice cracking. I swear I didn't know this. Was your company? Why should I believe anything you say? 'Cause I'm not lying. You said the same thing 2 years ago. She looked away, blinking fast. I made a mistake. No, I shook my head. You made a choice. Silence. I'm not here to beg, she said finally. I just needed a chance. There are 1,000 other companies. I got turned down by all of them. I stood. Why do you think that is? I don't know. You burned bridges. I didn't burn you, she said softly. Not on purpose. You did, I said, stepping closer. And now, you want me to save you? No, she whispered. I just want to start over. Stared down at her. She looked small. Not the girl I remembered, just a shadow of her. Interview's over. She stood quickly. Wait, please, I'll let you know. Her lips trembled. Thank you, I nodded once. Jade will see you out. She hesitated, then walked to the door, pausing just before stepping out. You really built this? I looked around the office. My office, every inch. She nodded. Slowly, like it hurt. You really did become someone. I didn't answer. She left, and I stood there with her resume in my hand, unshredded. For now. The door opened slowly. She stepped in. Hair tied back. Cream blouse, black slacks. Plaques, polished. Professional. But her eyes, they weren't the same. They didn't sparkle anymore. They looked tired, hollow, broken. She gasped. Ethan, I didn't. Blink. You're here for the junior analyst role, right? Her mouth opened, then closed. Yes. Didn't know it would be you again. I'm still the CEO, I said flatly. Didn't change overnight. She clutched her bag tighter. I thought maybe someone else would interview me. Why? Easier to lie that way. No, she said quickly. I'm not lying. Swear. I nodded to the chair across from me. Sit. She hesitated before lowering herself into it. How have you been? She asked carefully. I raised an eyebrow. That's not part of the interview. She gave a weak smile. Right? Tapped my pen on the desk. So, Anna Myers. Bachelor's in Finance. 3 years at Keller Tech. Before the layoffs, right? And after that? She hesitated. Some freelance work, some gaps. Gaps, yes. Like the part where you moved in with Ryan? She flinched. I didn't think that was relevant to the job. I think it's extremely relevant. It's not what you think then. Explain it. Her voice dropped. It didn't work out. Because he's not who I thought he was. Neither were you. She winced. I'm not proud of it. I didn't ask if you were proud. She looked up. I'm not asking for forgiveness, Ethan. Good. I don't have any. Silent, she shifted in her seat. I just need a fresh start. There are other companies. I've applied everywhere. No one's calling back. Maybe karma's screening your calls. Her eyes watered, but she blinked quickly. You don't have to be cruel. I'm not being cruel. I'm being honest. She nodded slowly. You have every right to be. Do I? Yes. I leaned forward. Then tell me why. 'Cause I betrayed someone who didn't deserve it. You betrayed someone who gave you everything. I know. You chose the guy who always had everything handed to him. Thought he was better. I stared at her, and now her voice broke. I was wrong. You only figured that out when the money ran out. She shook her head. It wasn't about the money. Then what? He lied. He cheated. He made promises, then broke them. Sounds familiar. I'm not here to play the victim. You're not playing. You are one. Your own choices. She nodded. I deserve that. This interview is over. Her face crumbled. Please, you're not what I'm looking for. Not asking for special treatment. No, I said, walking to the door. But you already had it once. I was stupid. You were selfish. I was scared. She whispered. So was I. You just chose to run to someone easier. I regret it. Regret doesn't hire you. I'm not here because of pity. I'm here because I need to survive. Paused. Then opened the door. Jade will show you out. She stood slowly. Thank you for even letting me in the room. I didn't reply. She looked at me one last time. I always believed in you. I looked away. Too bad you didn't wait long enough to see it. Dude, you hear about Anna? Lucas asked, sliding a coffee onto my desk. No, she's been couch surfing. Ryan dumped her months ago. I didn't look up. Good for him. Lucas raised an eyebrow. You're not even curious? Nope. She's been applying everywhere. No one's hiring her. Not my problem. Apparently Ryan cheated. I smirked. Shocking. Multiple girls. Even while they were living together. Sounds like him. Lucas sat across from me. You gonna say anything to her? No. You sure? Yes. He leaned back. You keep acting like you don't care, but I know you. I'm fine. You're lying. I sighed. What do you want me to say? Anything real? I finally looked up. She left me when I had nothing. I know. She didn't just break up with me. She traded me. She thought he'd be forever, but he was just another lesson. I nodded slowly, and now she's learning. Could have hired her. I still might. Lucas blinked. Seriously? I don't know.
Why would you?
Maybe. It's pride. Maybe pity. Maybe I just want her to see me like this. Powerful. Untouchable. Lucas snorted. You're still touchable. You just wear better suits. I want her to regret it. She already does. Not enough. Nothing. She says we'll undo what she did. I know. Lucas studied me. Then why keep thinking about her? I'm not. You are. I rubbed my eyes. I can't shut it off. She haunted you for years, man. That doesn't just vanish. Should have by now. She was your first real love. My first real betrayal. Silence. Lucas spoke softly. Do you miss her? I paused. I miss who I thought she was. He nodded. Big difference. Jade knocked once and stepped in. Bad time now, I said. She handed me a folder. Final hires for Q3. Want me to toss the ones we passed on? I flipped through them. Anna's resume was still there. I stared at it. Jade crossed her arms. You still thinking about bringing her in? No. Then why is it still on your desk? I didn't answer. She's been emailing. No follow-up, just desperation, I noticed. She doesn't deserve a second chance. I looked up. You sound sure. I've seen people like her before. They leave when it's hard.
Ow!
Come crawling back when it's harder. You think I'm being weak? I think you're being human. After she left, I sat there staring at the resume. The same photo, same soft smile. She looked confident in it, almost proud. I wondered what she felt now. Not that it mattered. But part of me kept hearing her voice. Ethan, I made a mistake. And part of me still wanted her to say it again, mean it this time, not for a job, but for everything else. Lucas texted me later that night. Her profile's gone from every job board. I didn't reply. He texted again. You still love her? Don't you? I stared at the screen. Typed nothing. Backspaced. Everything then turned off my phone. I saw her again, same spot near the lobby. Hands clutched, eyes scanning the door. Lucas nudged me. She's back. I noticed. She's been out there 3 days in a row. I counted. He stared at me. You gonna talk to her? No. Then why do you keep looking? I didn't answer. That evening, I exited through the front instead of the garage. Anna stood as soon as I stepped out. Ethan, please. I kept walking. She followed. Just 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking. Why now? I didn't know where else to go. I stopped. She looked smaller. Then I remembered. I nodded toward the bench nearby. Talk. She sat hesitantly. I stood. I messed up, she whispered. I said nothing. I thought I was doing the right thing. Ryan had everything. I thought that meant something. I crossed my arms, and now... She looked up, tears forming. Now I know what I gave up. You left me in the rain, Anna. I know. You didn't even hesitate. I was scared. No, you were selfish. Her voice cracked. I thought he could give me the life we dreamed about. I laughed once. The life I was building. I didn't see that back then, because you weren't looking. She wiped her eyes. He had the money, the car, the charm, and none of the love. She nodded. He never really cared. I was just convenient. I clenched my jaw, and now I'm what? A safety net. No, Ethan, that's not then. Why are you here? She looked straight at me. Because I miss you. I shook my head. No. You miss who I used to be. That's not true. You miss the man who adored you unconditionally. It's the one who would have done anything for you. I didn't. Come here for pity. Good. Because I don't have any left. She stood slowly. Can't we start over? I stared at her. The girl I once loved was gone. This woman in front of me, she was a stranger wearing her face. I'm not him anymore. I said quietly, I know. I don't trust you, I understand. And I don't owe you anything. Her lips trembled. I just hoped maybe there was still something left. There's nothing. Silence stretched between us. She whispered, You really mean? That I do, she swallowed. Then I'll stop coming. Good. She turned to leave, then paused. I'm sorry. I know. Lucas was waiting near the exit. Well, she said sorry. He raised an eyebrow, and I told her I'm not that guy anymore. You okay? I don't know. You should be. Should I? You didn't forgive her? No. That's growth. Or bitterness. He shrugged. Sometimes they look the same. Later that night, I stood at the window in my apartment. City lights blinked beneath me. I thought about the first time I held Anna's hand, the way she used to laugh with her whole body. I remembered how that laugh died the moment she said Ryan's name. And I remembered tonight how empty she looked. Not because she lost him, but because she realized I was never coming back. My phone buzzed at 2:13 a.m. Ryan. I stared at the screen. I hadn't heard that name in months. I answered. Hello, his voice slurred. So now you pick up, Ryan? You didn't think I'd call, huh? Why are you drunk?
Answer me something, little brother.
How's it feel? How's what feel? He scoffed. Being the golden boy now? I sat up. What are you talking about? You've got it all, don't you? Your little company, your nice suits, the fancy office downtown. You're just like me now? No, I'm not. Yeah. Then why are people talking about you like you're the next big thing? Because I worked for it. He laughed bitterly. Right, and I didn't. You cheated, lied, burned bridges. You built nothing. You think you're better than me? I think I'm not pretending anymore. You stole it, Ethan. What? Oh, you. Stole everything, Anna. The family's pride. The spotlight. I didn't take Anna. You did. And you broke her. She came crawling to you, didn't she? That's none of your business. It is when she's telling people I ruined her. You did ruin her. He went quiet. Then, you were supposed to stay in the background. I swallowed hard. I lived there long enough. You think you're some big shot now? I think I'm finally myself. You're nothing. Then why are you calling me at 2 a.m., Ryan? Silence again. A long, painful pause. I lost it all, he mumbled. What happened? Bad calls? Dumb partners? No one trusts my name anymore. I leaned back. That sucks. You sound real heartbroken. You sound bitter. He exhaled hard. You're enjoying this, aren't you? No, don't lie. Not. You always wanted to beat me. I wanted to be seen. That's the same thing. No, it's not. I gave you someone to chase. You pushed me into the dark. You're welcome. Goodbye, Ryan. Wait. Click. I stared at the ceiling for a long time. His voice echoed in my skull. Twisted. Hollow, broken. I'd waited my whole life to hear Ryan crack, and now that I had, I felt nothing. No pride. No satisfaction. Just silence the next. Morning, Lucas noticed my mood before I even sat down. You good? No, you look like you just buried someone. Not yet? He frowned. Talk. Ryan called me last night. Lucas blinked. Seriously? He was drunk. Angry. Blaming me for everything. What'd you say? That I never wanted to take his spotlight. Did you mean it? Hesitated? I don't know. Yeah. That sounds about right. Said I was supposed to stay in the background. Lucas scoffed. We're supposed to grow out of it. He lost everything. And didn't. I didn't feel anything. You don't owe him tears. I don't owe him anything. Lucas patted my shoulder. Still feels weird, huh? Yeah. Want coffee? God, yes. Later, I stood at my office window, looking out at the city. I thought about Ryan's voice once so loud. So sure, now just noise on a dying line. That was the last time I ever heard from him. And for the first time in my life, I didn't want him back. I wasn't expecting her, not this late, not again. But there she was, standing outside my office door, like a ghost that had forgotten how to leave Anna. I said quietly. She stepped in, hand clenched around something small. I won't stay long. You never did. She flinched. I needed to give you this. She held out the box. I recognized it before she even opened it. The ring, my ring. I thought you sold it, said I didn't. I raised an eyebrow. Why not? I kept it because I always felt like I didn't deserve it. I looked at Hurley, his eyes hollow, voice barely holding. I gestured to the chair. Sit. She did. I picked up the box, opened it slowly, stared at the silver band that once meant forever. I gave this to you when I still believed in us. I know, she whispered. Do you? I was young, stupid. No, you were selfish. Her eyes filled with tears. I was scared. Ryan made it all sound so easy, and I didn't. You made it feel real. That scared me more. I closed the box. Keep it. She blinked. What? Keep the ring. I can't. It's not a gift. Then what is it? A reminder of what? What you lost. She broke then completely. Her shoulders shook. Her hands trembled. I think about it every night. It's the way you looked at me that morning, like I wasn't even real. That's how betrayal feels. I'm sorry. I know. I don't expect you to forgive me. I already did. She looked up, startled. What? I forgave you. When the moment I realized I didn't want you back. She exhaled shakily. Then why does it still hurt? 'Cause closure doesn't mean healing. Wish I could fix it? You can't. Not even a little. I shook my head. I don't trust you. Her face crumpled. I know. I don't hate you. Then what do you feel? Tired. She let out a small, broken laugh. Me too. I spent 2 years building a life from the ashes you left. I know, she said again. I watched from afar. Every headline, every article. I didn't do it to prove anything. I think you did. Maybe at first. And now I just want peace. It slowly. You won't see me again. I believe that. She stood up, wiped her face. You look different. I am. She hesitated. I miss who you were. I don't. I opened the door for her. She stepped out, but turned back one last time. Thank you for being kind. I wasn't. You could have crushed me. I met her eyes. I did once. That was enough. She left without another word. No more pleas. No more tears. Just silence in that ring box still sitting on my desk. Should have thrown it out, but I didn't. I kept it where I could see it, not because I missed her, not because I wanted her back, but because even after everything, some scars don't fade. They just stop bleeding. You're really wearing a suit? Lucas raised an eyebrow, leaning against my office door. Since when do you dress like you own the place? I do own the place. Still feels weird. I adjusted my cufflinks. Weird how? I don't know. Like you're not the same guy I used to split $20 pizza with. I glanced at him in the mirror. That guy's gone? Good gone or bad gone? I turned to face him. Grown, gone. Lucas gave a half smile. You happy? I paused. I'm not sad. That's a start. I looked at my reflection again. Tailored suit. Clean shaven. Eyes sharp. No more shadows under them. I used to hate this mirror. I remember I'd stand here, picking apart everything. My posture. My face. My life. And now, I see someone who survived. Lucas walked in, grabbed a soda from the fridge. So what now, Mr. Sutan Silence? I keep building. No more revenge quests. I smirked. That part's over. Sat on the edge of my desk. It's weird, man. Watching you go from heartbreak to empire didn't feel powerful. It felt lonely. But you made it. Now, do you still think about her? Not the way I used to. How then? Like a lesson. He nodded. Your brother? I stared out the window. I don't hate him. Really, I wanted to. For a long time. What changed? I realized I don't need him to fail for me to succeed. Lucas chuckled. You're starting to sound like Mr. Hale. Maybe he rubbed off on me. Or maybe you finally became the guy you were meant to be. I looked at Lucas. You think so? He tossed me a soda. I know so. We stood in silence for a moment. The city outside glowed, each light a reminder of how far I'd come. You ever think about dating again? He asked. Sometimes, and I'm not in a rush. He raised his can to healing slow. I clinked mine against his. To choosing peace. Lucas stood. I should go before you start quoting poetry. I laughed. Get out of. Here. He paused at the door. Seriously though, I'm proud of you. I know. The door clicked shut. I walked back to the mirror. Same face, new eyes. I touched the glass. You made it. I wasn't saying it for him. I was saying it for me. For every night I spent in silence, wondering if I'd ever feel whole again. For every ignored call, every fake smile, every time I swallowed pain and smiled anyway. This office wasn't just brick and light and glass, it was proof. Proof that love didn't break me, that betrayal didn't end me, that I could rise without dragging anyone down. I stepped closer to the window, the city lights twinkling like stars I could finally reach. I didn't need applause. I didn't need her to see. I didn't even need a "you were right." I needed this quiet moment, this stillness, this peace. I closed my eyes, breathing in everything I'd built, everything I'd lost, everything I'd found again. And for the first time in years I smiled. Not for her, not for revenge, not for proving anything, just for me.